So I explained this before. So Yahuwah divided the lands between Noah's three sons. So the Middle East, the real Middle East, is in America. It's not in the area that they told us it was. So you see, this is Europe, Eurasia, Russia, China, Poland, and Ukraine. You want to remember Poland, because these are colonizers, the same people there in our territories. Again, these are Gentile nations. No Middle East there. Middle East was created to fit the script. So Ham, the Gentile nations, was given Africa. There was Pangaea before the flood, after the flood, when the territory spread out. So parts of Africa are still in North and South America, a small part of it. So again, Gentile nations, this is Eurasia. Again, no Middle East there. Middle East was created there, okay, to fit the script. And this is, again, Hamite territory, Africa. So these are your Gentile nations. So America, the Americas was given to Shem, daddy's children, because they're known to flip everything upside down. You see this? You see how it was divided between Noah's sons? This is backwards. So see? So Japhet is actually in Eurasia, right here. And Shem is here in the Americas. This is our territory. Okay, there's Ham, which is Africa. And like I said, portions of Ham are here in the Americas as well. But you see, this is actually reverse. So Shem will be in the Americas and Japhet is Eurasia. Have you ever noticed how much us Latinos, the colonizers, they call us Latinos, look like our Arab brothers and sisters? Okay, let me explain. Because during the Doctrine of Discovery, when the Pope sent out Christopher Columbus and the colonizers to come and conquer us and take our lands and to enslave us, they took us to the four corners of the world and they sold us into captivity, and they set up a fake state of the Middle East over there, right? So they made a portion of us Muslims, and then the rest, they gave us this fake Christianity, Catholic Church. So at the end times, both of us will kill each other off. These religions are going to kill. Listen to Albert Pike. He wrote it up. These religions are meant to destroy each other at the end. So then, when the last kingdom fell, which is Jehudah, right? They took up books and rewrote them, and then somebody has to play the part of Judah, that is chosen people, and that's when the Russian, Polish people, the people with Japhet, suddenly these Khazarians, the identity thieves, became Yah's chosen people, right? That's when they stole their identity. That's who they are. They're Khazarians, and so they're playing God's chosen people. They made half of us follow Christianity, the other one to follow Islam, so that we could destroy each other at the end. That's why people look so similar to each other. The language that they speak is not Hebrew, it's Jiddisch. And a Russian created the language. A Russian Jew created the language Jiddisch. Again, that's not Hebrew.
Did you guys know that Netanyahu graduated from high school in Philadelphia?
Yeah, he was born and raised in Philadelphia. And one of the reasons you probably won't be able to find his name is because his name was not Netanyahu when he lived in America. His name was Milakowski. His father's name is Benzion Milakowski. His father emigrated from Poland to America. His father's brother, blood brother, same mom, same dad, emigrated to Argentina. His father had Benjamin, and Benjamin changed his name from Milakowski to Netanyahu. His father's brother had a son named Javier. Javier changed his name from Javier Milakowski to Javier Milei. Benjamin Netanyahu is now the Prime Minister of Israel, while his cousin, his father's brother's son, is the President of Argentina.
Did you
Guys, the scripture says, study and show yourself approved. You guys got to wake up from this matrix. So these Abrahamic religions, they work together to enslave us. That is in the reading of Galatians 4. You see, that is just slave religion, the slave wife versus the free wife. That is lost. Now, this is where we are right now, because in 2025, remember the Pope, the Vatican holds a deeds to all our lands since they came and colonized us, right? So in 2025, before Pope Francis passed away, he says that we're in the year of the Jubilee and the lands return back to the original owners. And that's when they came together and started this whole campaign to try to go after us and all our nations, because the Hispanic and the Latino community, Native Americans, the Red Nations, are not saving the Americas, but we're not even saving our own territories, because Trump has declared war on just about all our nations, all Spanish-speaking nations, okay? Because we are Jacob, the children of Joseph, and Jacob and Abraham. Saracens, we're Saracens, the children of Sarah. So anyway, so in the reading Ezekiel 38, it tells us that they will come, Magog and Gog will come again. Okay, these are the European nations, these are colonizers, this is Japhet, to what? To make us slaves again, to enslave us again. Right, that is going to cause a big earthquake to happen, and they're going to die in our land. So this is where we're at right now. That's why they're in all our territories again. And then Cuba, and what is ever happening to Cuba is going to happen everywhere. The blackout that's happening in Cuba is going to happen here as well. These people like to play good cop, bad cop, duality, right? So, because I see a lot of people posting videos of Putin, how he's revealing the images of the Black Jesus, which is also Christendom, the same bullcrap, and how he's saying he's posting videos of how America is so bad because they're feeding us humans and all this cannibalism and all this bunch of stuff. So he's playing the part of the good guy. We misunderstood Russia all this time. No, you're going to see who these people are and who they worship. These people work together. As you can see, there's a Putin and Trump tunnel connecting Russia to Alaska, because when the power grid goes off, because Russia's going to turn it off, because like I said, everything that's happening in Cuba, they're doing it to Cuba, and it's going to come everywhere. It's going to, the blackout is going to happen everywhere. And this is not the first time that they've done this to Joseph's sons, because they're the descendants of Joseph. The Cubans are. Descendants of Manasseh, and look up the Cuban butcher, or the butcher of Cuba, what they did to them when they first colonized them. This is not the first time. I told you, they repeat itself. They're trying to do the same thing. So there it is. So everything is going to be turned off minus Alaska, because they're stationed in Alaska. So the blackout is going to go everywhere minus Alaska. As you can see, there's a Putin and Trump tunnel. And another thing I want to share with you guys, because they are the same people. These are the same ICE agents also. They're going around and taking people and abducting people. What you guys call human trafficking? It's not human trafficking. It's enslavement. They're enslaving people again. Okay, that's what it is. And these ICE agents are raping young girls, impregnating them, and taking them to a private island. So you know what they're going to do with the children. They have blood altars in these places. So there's no good guys here. This is the reign of Satan's reign is coming to the earth right now. And AI is starting, and it's going to be the beast. AI. And I also want to share this because the Ruach shared this as well with me, even though it makes me really sad. I hate to have to share this, but this is the truth. Stop focusing so much on materialistic things, because these agents, they're going around and they're taking people out of their homes. They're driving your cars. They're wearing your jewelry. They're sleeping with your children. And they're killing your pets. They're living in your homes right now. So they're dragging you out and putting people into camps. And they're doing bets to see how long it's going to take before you try to kill yourself. They're doing bets in these camps because that's how bad it is. And they're living in your homes and driving your cars and wearing your jewelry. Okay, so wake up and get out of this whole matrix, because once we get Trump out of office, everything's going to go back to normal. There's no going back to normal. Trump is a principality. He's one of the angels that opens the seals. Okay? He's not the Antichrist, because there will be many Antichrists. He is a principality. Obama will be coming back. He is Akhenaten, the image that comes back to life. He will be coming back.
Due to many underage girls testing positive for pregnancy at multiple ICE facilities, ICE plans to relocate all underage female detainees to an undisclosed island for safeguarding.
What? Not angry enough. Not doing enough. Plus, who are we keeping them safe from? Why are these young women pregnant in the first place? Who are we keeping them safe from? Who are we keeping them safe from? Tell me. I want to know. I want to know who they need to be safe from. We aren't mad enough. We aren't doing enough to stop these people. We're creating a whole facility, an island, for underage women who are being violently assaulted. These women are pregnant. And we're going to put them on an island away from everyone else, away from everything else. Because that's safe, right? Who are we keeping them safe from?
Millions of people in Cuba have been left without power after their main national electric grid collapsed on Monday. So they're in the dark. They are in the dark there, you all, and it could happen to us too.
There is a strong desire to freeze the current unfair state of things in international affairs. For centuries, they've been stuffing their stomachs with human flesh, and they've been stuffing their pockets with money, but they must realize that this ball of vampires is about to end.
Everything in this room is eatable. Even I'm eatable. That is called cannibalism, my dear children.
It's man devouring man, what dear? And who are we to deny it in here?
Article was a reprint. Actually, I have the original copy if you would like it. I can get it to Prophecy Club, and you could request that. They'll, get it to you. This was in the 1991 Santa Barbara, California News Press paper. This has to do with a single high-altitude nuclear blast by a rogue nation, which would bombard the continental United States with electromagnetic rays, crippling civil and military electronics from light bulbs to computers. Military experts warned Congress Wednesday. Such an explosion would unleash electromagnetic pulse. I'm going to move this up just a hair. would release an electromagnetic pulse that would erase computer data in banks, stock market, halt cars, trucks, shut down electricity in the lower 48 states. This is interesting to me because I prophesied a long time ago that Alaska would not experience the judgment that the 48 states would receive. I got this paper and I thought, oh, that's interesting. The pulse would last only a fraction of a second. Our civilian telephone, electricity, communications, and electronic plants are all naked to our nuclear-armed enemies, said Lowell Wood, a physicist with the Lawrence Livermore Laboratories. Even a modest single explosion EMP attack on the U.S. would likely devastate us as a modern post-industrial nation. I'll move this up just again a bit. Any nuclear-capable nation, including Russia, China, and North Korea. I'm going to talk to you tonight about North Korea, some specifics. I have some inside information that the Lord has allowed me to see about North Korea and China. Any nuclear-capable nation, including these nations, could cripple the U.S. military machine and lay waste to modern American civilization, said Wood, who also is a consultant to the Defense Department. Again, that's an article from the 1991 Santa Barbara News Press. How many folks here tonight already know about that?
I don't think you guys understand. They're all on the same team. The United States, Russia, Iran, Israel, China. All the people hate their governments. Just like we hate their government, Iran hates their government. All of these governments are the Illuminati. And the only war is the war against the people. I don't think you guys understand what's fixing to happen, man. They are going to turn everything off and blame it on the war. They are all on the same team. They are all the Illuminati. They are all busted for eating children. And when this happens, they destroy everything, just like they destroyed Tartaria. So sign, share, and promote the Full Disclosure Act, and wear some Lethal 22 gear, and fight the real war against the Illuminati, against the secret society. Remember, Iran's parliament building is the Eye of Providence, right? It's the triangle with 33 windows, man. They are all on the same team. And guess what? You're not on that team. So you better expose the occult, because that's the real war. The good people versus the evil people. All of these governments are evil. They are not in a war against each other. They are in a war against you. So remember, you can't wake the fake, but you can't expose them. Peace.
De filles bombardées est une offrande à Moloch, avec plus de 150 enfants tués, après que les Iraniens aient brûlé des statues de Baal. Baal vient de Canaan, qui est maintenant Israël. Canaan et Baal, ça donne cannibale. Prouvé dans les révélations contrôlées, parce qu'ils s'exposent pour créer la division des religions. Faut des images chocs, voire génocider son propre peuple pour provoquer des réactions. Parce que la menace nucléaire, on n'y croit pas trop. Alors il y a des vraies victimes, mais les conflits sont scénarisés, parce que les élites contrôlent toujours les deux camps. Cette vidéo Lego de l'Iran montre bien qu'ils jouent le même jeu que Trump. Et avec le compte officiel de la Maison Blanche, la guerre devient un spectacle. C'est la devise maçonnique, l'ordre à partir du chaos. Et Albert Pike l'avait écrit dans sa lettre de 1871. La Troisième Guerre mondiale sera faite pour détruire les trois grandes religions et imposer le nouvel ordre mondial. Pike portait l'aigle à deux têtes et le 33 dans une pyramide. Le Parlement iranien est une pyramide à 33 fenêtres. Et la tribune est similaire au compas maçonnique, le même compas qui contient les trois religions dans la Grande Loge d'Israël. L'aigle est d'ailleurs toujours sur le drapeau iranien. Égypte, Perse antique, Empire romain, russe. Le symbole du phénix est partout depuis des millénaires, parce qu'il symbolise la Renaissance, le grand reset. Et c'est Trump qui est présenté comme leader pour le troisième temple sur cette médaille israélienne. Donc c'est pas seulement un nettoyage immobilier façon Jared Kushner. C'est une guerre finale pour rediriger l'humanité vers le temple digital.
I don't think you're ready for what I'm about to present in this video. I really don't think you're ready for what I'm about to present in this video. And it all starts in the most unlikely of places. A place they want us to think is nothing but a third world wasteland. But in reality, it's a place fit for a king. Well, maybe not a king, but definitely an angel. 200, as a matter of fact. 200 fallen angels. And while they create propaganda like Borat to keep us from knowing who actually lives here and what this place actually is, I figured it out. I figured out that the top of their pyramid just happens to have a secret meeting chamber with exactly 200 perfectly aligned seats. 200 perfectly aligned seats that just perfectly matches the amount of fallen angels talked about in the Book of Enoch. 200 that just almost perfectly matches the amount of impact craters that, I don't know, could have been caused from heavenly bodies crashing down to Earth. Heavenly bodies whose leader just happens to also be called Lucifer, or the Light Bearer. The Light Bearer whose torch is often celebrated across all of the large cities of the world, and whose torch who is oddly placed next to a giant Easter egg. An Easter egg that might actually reveal why eggs are associated with Ishtar, because Easter was originally the celebration of Ishtar, the Assyrian and Babylonian goddess of fertility and sex. And maybe this city is also hiding the free energy that they're using, because I've seen these exact buildings associated with the old dirigibles that used to charge from them. But we haven't even talked about the most interesting thing that I found in this city called Astana, which just happens to be an anagram for the word Satan, and it's just down the road from this pyramid. Or should I say, right down the river from this pyramid. And I'm going to take this time and say, all of this is pure speculation. Obviously, there could be other stories here, but too many of them line up to me. Way too many of them. Especially when you see what I found here. And it's what I started this video with. You look at this, and you tell me that doesn't look like some sort of portal. A portal that they might just be using to try to summon some real evil to this place we live. Or maybe even just a prop to propagate their fake summoning of the return of Jesus as a hologram. All I know is there's one thing I definitely know in all of this, is that this movie was created with intention to tell a vision of what this place actually is. Because I would put my money on it that 99% of you have never heard of the city in Kazakhstan called Astana. But you guys know I'm just kidding about all this. I don't really think 200 fallen angels are the actual controllers of this place we live. That's just silly. And I definitely don't think they build an egg and a light-bearing torch to worship anybody. Totally not. You guys know I just love to entertain you and create these fairy tales and stories of evil versus good that they don't really exist. I don't really